A'udzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning Miss Lulu. Good morning everyone. First thing first, let me introduce myself. My name is Zaky Ahmad Fadilla and you can call me Zaky. And I'm about to be 20 in a couple of months. On this occasion, I would like to tell you about my ways to improve my English speaking skills. But before that, let me tell you a brief story of my college life. I am a student in the Communication Science program at the State University with an international class program. In this international class, I met two international students from Pakistan and from Kazakhstan. We use English as the language of instruction in our class. Of course, it is not easy for us to use English in every lecture activity, considering that this is not our first language. It is true that we, local students, were previously selected to enter this class through an English test, but still, this language is not the language we use in our daily activities. When we get learning material in English, we have to translate it into Indonesian first so we can understand the content. The same goes for doing assignments. We usually type our assignments in Indonesian first and then translate them into English. We do all of this for the sake of running this international class program. In these four circumstances, we inevitably have to be able to master English so that communication in lecture activities runs smoothly. Therefore, in this occasion, I will try to explain the things that I do in learning English, starting from the small things that we use every day. Yes, that's right, phone. We can learn English through our phone by setting the language into English. With this method, we will get used to reading sentences in English. And for us gamers, setting the language into English in every game that we play can help us to improve our vocabulary. This proves that the hobby of playing games doesn't only have negative impact, but also has a positive impact. Another hobby that I really like to do in my spare time is listening to music. I listen to a lot of international artists such as Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Bruno Mars, and so many more. Listening to our favorite English songs while looking at the lyrics can help us get used to saying English words because we love to sing them. Besides to listening to songs, I also really like watching movies with English subtitles. Watching movie actors saying their lines can help us get used to hearing how they express things, like the intonation in every expression and the vocabulary that can be used in expressing that expressions. Personally, I think I learned a lot from watching movies about how to express something with vocabularies that I don't normally use in everyday life. Besides that, just like listening to music, watching movies in English can also help us get used to pronounce English words by following the way they are pronounced. Now that we're used to listening to English from the natives, we just have to speak to a partner. Find ourselves a partner to learn English. They don't have to be as fluent as the natives. They can be someone who wants to learn English too. We can correct each other if one of us says something wrong. If we have the chance, we could consider to join an English course. Because in an English course, we can speak to the teachers and our friends who might be at the same skill level as us. Alhamdulillah, for me personally, being in an international class has forced me to speak English so that I could do more practice with my friends. A short story of mine back in high school, I joined an English club. I was really motivated to meet people who have the same goal as mine, which is improving my English speaking skill. When I was in the club, there were so many activities that helped me to get better at speaking English, such as joining a competition in another school, holding a competition for the local schools, going to an English seminar with my friends, and so many more fun activities. A statement from a journal by Kardiansyah and Kodriani said that English extracurricular is proven to have a very significant role in improving students' English speaking ability. And thanks to that, not to be a narcissist, but my grades on English subject back in high school were pretty much amazing. Now, with all the tips and tricks from my story above, we can conclude that listening and repeating is a way to have good English speaking skill. Listening can help us gain a lot of phrases that people use, and it can also help us to increase our vocabulary and pronunciation too. By listening, our ears are used to hearing the sound of English. There are so many more tips and tricks on how to improve our English speaking skills out there, but all of them would be useless if we don't practice. The saying practice makes perfect is 100% correct. Don't worry about the grammar. As a new learner, worrying too much about grammar is a very common thing. It's really okay to speak with so many grammatical errors, as long as the people we talk to is understand our message. Confidence and consistency are the keys to having better English speaking skills. In conclusion, there are so many methods that we could do to improve our English speaking skill. First, we can set our language into English in our phones, including in our games. Then, we can learn to pronounce English words by imitating the lyrics from music or lines in our favorite movie. And then, we can also consider to join an English course or organization to have partners for practice. Last but not least, we just have to practice. No need to worry too much about the grammar. So that was it for my ways to improve my English speaking skills. These methods that works for me might not work for you, but I hope that this explanation would help you to find your own methods. Thank you for listening until the end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone.